Limor Scopick hanging out with you today while we are working from home. So hopefully you got your pajamas on, you got your comfy sweats because nobody's going to be seeing you, but we do need to get a little bit of work done. So I'm here today to share a little bit about what it's like to work from home right here in my office. And yeah, I'm excited to share this with you guys because I've actually been working from home for quite a long time. Before COVID, if I go backwards even to my corporate days many years ago, I was working from home a couple of days a week. So I am definitely a veteran in this space and excited to share a couple of tips with you guys. So I want to know in the chat box below, let me know, are you new to working from home? Have you been doing this for a long time? And let's hash out some of those hacks. So, you know, it's funny because while I've been working from home for quite some time, I definitely know some friends and some family who are new to working from home. And I'll be honest that my sister, also working in the corporate world as well as her husband, they're now working from home and they are in the process of clearing out one of the bedrooms because they've realized that this is going to be something they're going to be doing for some time. So they've actually been donating some of their awesome bedding and accessories to one of our Airbnb properties so that she can have some space to work. So if you're new to working from home, my first tip is you want to make sure you've got a space that's at least somewhat dedicated to actually getting some work done. Because if you feel like you're at the kitchen table, it's like, oh my gosh, the kids are coming over and you know, you got to move your papers aside so that you can make lunch and dinner. So if you can find even a little nook, a little cranny, some space that is only for you for working from home, it is going to go a really long way, because then at the end of the day, you feel like, okay, I've left that space and now I have the ability to live and breathe, and you're not actually eating on top of your work and you're not, you know, watching TV on top of your work. And it just feels like we've got a little bit more delineation and we can mentally breathe. So where I am here today, and I'm so excited to share this with you guys because I don't actually think a lot of people know, and I don't talk about it too often, but this beautiful space here that I am in today is actually not only my office, but it is my money vault. So I have nicknamed this room my money vault because that's where we're working hard to generate some money, to be able to increase. And, you know, if we haven't met before, if this is our first time real connecting, it's a pleasure. I'm so glad you guys are here. I am a real estate investor and money expert, and I actually teach people how to take steps towards financial freedom. So very appropriate that right here, and I'll give you a little bit of a tour, in behind me, you can actually see that I've got my very own money vault. So come on over, take a look here. There we go. I got my very own money out, stacking those bills, dollar bills. And what I also want to show you here in my office, this whiteboard. Okay, now this is a really important whiteboard, and this kind of is tip number 2 for me today, is that on this whiteboard, I actually on a monthly basis have my goals written. So you can see at the top here, it says July 2020 results. And before July actually starts or any given month, I write in the present tense what it is that I want to achieve. So if I want to bring on a certain number of gold packs or a certain rank or whatever it is I'm looking to achieve in my business, in my life, I like to put up there. So I've got those as a first thing. And when I walk in every day and every time I step out of the office, I come back, I am reminded, what are the things that I want to achieve? Because sometimes we have these great goals, but if we don't think about them on a consistent basis, if we don't keep them top of mind on a regular basis, well, it's not going to necessarily come true as quickly or as effortlessly as if we're actually thinking about it. So on here, I got my goals typically, but I erased them because there's something I wanted to share with you guys today, this morning, as we're talking about working from home here. Let me just scooch right over here, is the 3 different kinds of income. And these are ones that I talk about on a regular basis. I share them with my clients and pretty much anyone who will have a listen, talking about some money and different ways to be able to generate income, kind of in the steps and the path and the process towards financial freedom. The first one that I got up here is earned income. Now, earned income is something everybody knows, everybody understands, and earned income is often synonymous with trading your time for money. So whether that's, you know, something as simple as walking the neighbor's dog, or, you know, when things are open, if you were, I know one of my first jobs, I was folding clothes at the Gap, I would go in, I would do the work, and I would get paid. And everybody's pretty familiar with that. And the goal with earned income isn't necessarily to get away from earned income. It's two things. One, it's to find something that you love, and hopefully you can do that thing that you love from home inside of your very own money vault. And the second thing about earned income is over time, we want to make sure that we're increasing the amount of money we're making for the time that we're trading. So again, nothing wrong with trading time for money, but you want to love what you do and have the flexibility to do it from inside your very own money vault, as well as we want to make sure that it's something that's increasing over time. All right, so that's earned income. Everybody knows what it is. Jump into the box and let me know if you understand how earned income works. I'm sure you do. All right, income number 2 that I focus on here inside the money vault is called passive income. Now, you guys, you want to know the silliest thing about passive income is it's actually not that passive. So as a real estate investor, I have property, I have tenants, they rent it out, and everyone thinks, oh yeah, it's just super passive. You get to kick back and do whatever you want. I'll be the first to tell you that's not the way it works. So just as a recent example, in one of my units, I had a really lovely young couple. They're in their late 20s. They were struggling from an income perspective because of COVID. One of them compromised their income as part of the process. It's just kind of what happened to a lot of people in society. You probably know somebody who had some income challenges as part of COVID, and so they needed to move out. I had to find a new tenant. I had to work with a realtor. I had to get them out, get professional cleaners, get painters, get the next person moved in, the buzzer set up, everything that needs to be done. And then of course, I was fortunate enough that in this instance, there wasn't a vacant month, which can definitely happen. I got someone in there pretty quickly. And that money that I collect from the rent every month is what we call passive income. But like I already said, it's deceptive in its word because it's not actually all that passive. Then the third one, and this is the one that I'm most excited about here, is called residual income. And residual income is actually what we are all doing here in the wonderful world of Organo. And residual income is really when we get to do an activity and then we actually benefit from the opportunity to earn income long after that activity is done. So at a very simplistic level, think about this. You sign up a wholesale account and that person absolutely loves the product. Jump in the chat box, let me know what product you're loving. I'm actually all over the hot cocoa these days. I love coffee, but I don't know what it is. This thing is just magical. And I've actually taken to drinking it in the morning as well. So I gotta double down on that order for hot chocolates or hot cocoa coming in. But the thing is that once that wholesale customer is loving that product, you don't really have to do very much. They're going to continue to order and order and order and order. And if you're joining Dr. Rob's calls on a regular basis, you know all the amazing case studies we have, all the health benefits, all the way it's positively impacting everybody's lives. And when your kid is feeling better, when you have more energy, when you're less anxious, all the wonderful things, are you going to stop ordering that product? Of course not. So residual income is really where we do the work one time, but then we get paid on an ongoing basis. And that is really what we refer to in the world of Organo as beach money. So we've got the earned income, good thing. We want to make sure we're making more money. Passive income isn't necessarily bad, but it's not all that passive. So we just need to know exactly what it is we're buying into or what we're participating in. And then we also have the residual income, the wonderful world of Organo and what we're doing here together. So what's cool about this is that any and all of these we can now do working from home, especially with the world of Zoom. I'm zooming in onto you guys all right now. I know we're doing Zoom on a regular basis. And you know, what's kind of interesting about Zoom and how technology evolves, we need to make sure we're keeping up to speed, is I've been using Zoom for a number of years already, but every time I would bring on new clients, somebody across North America who I'm working with, and incidentally, the kind of work that I do is actually a fourth type of income that I'll get into another time, but it's called portfolio income. That type of opportunity we would do over Zoom, and I'd say, hey, you guys, we're going to be using this platform. I know you probably never heard of it, but it is called Zoom. I'll send you a link. You'll download it. And it sounds really silly that I'm saying that now, because now the whole world knows what Zoom is. But before that, last couple of months, it definitely wasn't all that common. So wanted to share with you a couple of streams of income that we can do inside of our own money vaults. And I'd love for you to actually consider if there is a fun nickname. Maybe it's Money Vault, maybe it's something else that you want to give to your office. It just kind of makes it a little bit more lively. So I want to share with you a couple of other things that I've got here in my Money Vault that helps me to be more productive in working from home. So the next thing I've got is something which gives me motivation. So most of you guys have met and know my husband, Andrew Scopick, and he got me this beautiful piece of art that says, if you can still count your money, work harder. And you know, really what I'm thinking about when I look at that is, okay, how can I work harder to have more of that residual income so that there comes a point in time where I don't have to trade my time for money, where I have the opportunity to do what it is that I love and also be able to generate that residual ongoing funds. Then over here, I'll share with you, very important if you're a regular Zoomer like me, so we want to make sure we've got some natural light. So I've got big windows and doors at the back of my office, which is really nice. Gives me a little bit of space. And what you can see here is my ring light. Now, ring lights have become really popular and actually not even all that expensive. This is a rather large one. I'll show you here. It's up on a stand. But it just means that when I am on Zoom with people, I've got better lighting. You can even see when I'm standing kind of over here to the side, it's a little bit darker. And if you're communicating, you're working with potential customers, existing clients, maybe even a boss or so, you want to make sure that you're coming across your best, even if you're wearing your sweatpants and your fuzzy slippers, and no one can see that below. Also over here in my money vault, I have got actually a mood light. So for days like today, when it's kind of cloudy outside, although I don't know if you can tell, we've got a mood boosting light coming over here from the corner. So that just helps you to feel your best and be able to show up your best for all the people in your life and all the people you're trying to work with. I got, you know, fan over there for when it's a little warmer. I got my little boom box over here. On this other side, I got here my little diffuser. I got some beautiful grapefruit essential oils and some crystals in the corner. So really, when it comes to creating your office space, the place where you're really going to be working from home, we want to ensure that it really feels like it's your own space and that it's comfortable, that you feel like your own personality can come through, and that it also relates to whatever it is, the business that you're doing. So as an example here, you know, when I'm jumping on Zoom, I'm talking to clients or potential clients or helping people from a financial standpoint, you know, they're looking over my corner and they're being like, oh yeah, definitely, she understands the topic. She makes me feel comfortable. It's not overly cluttered. I don't have too much commotion and everything happening in the background here. And it really gives a great opportunity for me to be able to convey that I'm working very professionally, even though I'm working from home. The other nice thing about working from home, and you guys have probably figured this out because now at the moment the whole world is doing it, is we've got a lot more flexibility over our time. We've got to be able to integrate more things in our lives. You know, we've got the family, you've got to clean up, you've got laundry, you've got a ton of responsibilities. But when you're working from home and you've got your own space, even if you can zip in for half an hour, or if you can zip in for an hour, if it's an unconventional time, it just gives you the feeling that, like, I walk in the door, I've closed it, and here I am ready to focus and get some work done. Because for many of us, our full workday has been hijacked or compromised by so many of our other responsibilities and other things that we need to do in our lives. And really, the limited time that we have, we need to be focused and we need to be productive. So if you can make that dedicated space, make it your own, bring through some of your own personality, some things that really make you happy. For me, having a little bit of essential oils coming in makes a difference. Having my hot cocoa right up here makes a big difference. And then it just gives me a chance to be able to focus and button down. And then while I'm here, it's really focusing on, you know, income that I need to generate right now, but also really thinking about not just the earned income that I could do today for the money I can earn today. It's also really important to have that long-term lens, because the thing about this beach money, this residual dollars that I'm talking about right over here, is it takes a little bit of time to be able to generate it. It takes effort. You need to be able to build up your network, share with others, and really what we're doing is building for our future, and that takes a very special mindset. Really, it's a focus on, okay, it's not only about instantaneously for today, for the moment, but it's also about being able to set yourself up so that in the future, not only will you have some money that you've saved from some of the earned income activities that you're doing, but also you've created that very strong residual income, that beach money, so we can spend more of our time doing what it is that we really want to do. And you know, that's another big thing that I like to do inside of my money vault, inside of my office, is really some dream building about the future. I know especially right now, many of us are just focused on like kind of a little bit of survival. Like, how am I going to get through? What's going to happen with COVID? And there's a lot that's still uncertain for us. You know, are the kids all going back to school? Are they not? Are businesses opening? Are things evolving? What's that going to mean for you from a work perspective? And my recommendation really is, there is a lot that we don't know, but there are things that we can be very certain about. We can be certain that we can create our own space. We can be certain that we can come in there and be focused and be productive and kind of put all those worries aside so that we can really know that for ourselves, for our families, for our futures, we're creating that residual income, and we can do that all from working in our very own home. So jump on into the chat box. Let me know what your aha moment was. If there's even one takeaway or one adjustment that you're going to make to your workspace, your work from home office, so that you can have an opportunity to be more focused, more productive. And if you give your space a name, I'd love to know what you choose. And if you want to borrow the money, by all means, go right ahead. So thank you so much for hanging out with me on this work from home Wednesday morning, where we're all working from home, being productive, and building residual incomes for our family. We'll see you guys all again really soon. Bye-bye.